Hello everybody, it's Azure41 for another video talking about deep drafts. So the last video I made about my own website was 5 months ago. So it was at the time a way to present the different features that the bots had. Also an opportunity to gather some feedback from you guys in the comments, telling me that some brawlers were too many represented too often, also, that some features could be enhanced, could be made better, and I agree with that. So that's why today I'm gonna make a new video talking about what changed, um, the new features that have been added, and how you can contribute to make the website better. Okay, so we're starting with the menu where there's not been a lot of changes. Uh, Pretty much nothing other than adding the boxes, like the brawler boxes, when there's boxes that are available. For example, when there's a pre-release, I have access to free boxes that I can offer, and so when you're on any web page of the website, well, you can just click on there and get a free Wendy box. So that's something that's pretty cool for the new people that are joining. Outside that, the page didn't change much. It's even not really updated with the last thing I will talk about in the video because it has been released very, very recently. There is still the windows with each and every web page that is relevant in the website. There is still the community tab with the link to the Discord server, the featured videos with people of the Discord community publishing videos talking about deep drafts. It can be streams on Twitch, on YouTube, it can be TikTok shorts, it can be pretty much anything. And if the video is high quality and relevant, I will probably post it there. There's the latest update that are not really latest because I did not update them, but makes me think that I should probably do that. And still the player testimonials that are from a few months ago but stay relevant to this day. So, first pretty cool thing in my opinion there is that there is a new menu. So if you remember on the previous video before it was multiple links that were in the middle of the screen in white fat font, and it was pretty cool to look at and it was working well. But the issue is that with more and more pages being added, it was starting to get a little full and it started to take too much space. So now we have this cool window in which you can navigate between the tools and the pages and just have a better time. So we're gonna do everything in order. So the draft bot changed significantly in the last 5 months. First of all, we still have all the maps. We also have the new maps for this season, so Beach Ball, I believe, yeah, Beach Ball and Pinball Pond. We already have those new maps, whereas some other websites like Pro League Prodigy are not necessarily up to date because they always take 1 week or more to get their models ready. You have the top 5 most picked brawler that didn't change much, but now you can select any map and see the most picked brawler on any map you want. So that's like a cool little shortcut if you don't want to make the whole draft, but just see picks that are commonly good and that you can probably pick blindly. They won't be necessarily the best, but there will be good, versatile picks that have been chosen a lot across the map. So, for example, if I go to Pinhole Punt, that is a very new map with not many games, yeah, Stu, Max, Rico, Meg, Lumi, those are obviously good meta brawlers, so that makes sense to pick them. Let's say that we make a draft on center stage that will allow me to demonstrate some of the new features. First of all, the NNUE models kept getting better and better. I've worked in collaboration with a guy that trains chess NNUEs, so chess neuronal networks, to help me convert the chess-like already engine I have for Deep Draft and Deep Draft Plus into a chess engine like bot, but with an AI, so that allows it to learn more interactions, more counters. potentially even more cheese comps. So it has the better knowledge that the two other bots that are still good but not necessarily the best. I personally prefer to use the NNUE models. We even have a few checkpoints for people that wouldn't be satisfied with the recent ones and would rather use the older ones that have less games, but some people have a nostalgia feeling or just a better draft feeling overall. The bot picks stuff that is better suited to the user's game style. You see what I mean? So, there is the NNUE that is quite a cool thing in my opinion. The only issue being that it's slow, but honestly, I use it just fine. I don't see any problem with it, but some people report that it may sometimes be slow. I mean, try it and see by yourself. I personally like it a lot. We also now can, I don't know if it's already was a feature 5 months ago, really, but you can set a prepick, which means that you can say the bot, okay, this user selected, he pre-selected, let's say, an 8-bit as a fourth pick, which means that I enter the 8-bit, and now the AI will adapt by suggesting the best picks that will match the 8-bit as a fourth pick. That's something that is really, really cool when you wanna try some picks, or you know your stubborn ranked random will not follow your suggestions and will pick something that can be or cannot be good. So yeah, there's this feature where if you want to empty the thing, you just empty the name tab. Also, you still have that. I don't know if it was a thing at the time, but you can use your player tag to filter out brawlers that you don't have to level 11. So, for example, our guy Aquila is a little account with only Things Barley and Mortis the max. So that means that you can make some bans, and the AI will recommend that you pick Mortis most of the time because Things and Barley in Pro Bowl are not good picks. With that said, we will try a full draft to show the different things that have been added in the post-draft analysis tab. So let's say we have the blue team. I don't want to see an Or in my games. I hate this guy. Same for Edgar and same for Bolt, not Colt, Bolt. I hate these. Let's say the opponents don't want us to have a good first pick, so they ban the Gref. They ban what else is Broken Surge, and they ban the Max, right? Because those three are really good first. Okay, so let's follow the draft. We will do the stew. They will answer Stano, the INMs, for example. Then we pick the Crow, we pick the Rico, and okay, we pick the Chester. See, as it continues to think, it will update the picks and recommend stuff that is suddenly more tailored to the situation because it will consider more brawlers. So that's the advantage of having a chess-like um, drafting engine because the most the most drafted will consider usually the better the recommendations will be. So we pick the mag, it goes with the peers, and here we have some new stuff for the people that remember how it was 5 months ago. We still have the draft prediction, right? We also have the coach advice that is still here and didn't change that much. We now have the lane matchups, so that's something that's really cool in my opinion because that's a feature that has been asked for a very long time, and now it does that. So Stu can outrange Starnova, Crow with its high speed can easily dodge Pierce's attack, and Meg can keep DMs at range. So that's basically the way it works by trying the win rate of every possible combination and returning the best couple of three matchups that gives the best chance to the user. Outside of that, everything else did not change much on this page. But yeah, that's the draft bot. That's basically where 85% of the visits go, so I thought it was relevant to start from there. We are going to change to deep chat, which is something that you definitely didn't see 5 months ago. That's something that was pretty recent. So the idea there was to make a Brawl Stars team chatbot because no one does that to begin with, and people that are using ChatGPT to draft on their streams are obviously greeted with stupid suggestions because they're not aware of the meta. They're just throwing a bunch of names that they have in the training weight. So yeah, this chatbot, the goal of it, it's still a work in progress, by the way. The goal is to answer your questions about the best brawlers for a map, the best counters to a certain brawler. So you can either type your question. So for example, we can like grid it and it will answer. Something you can do too to have more reliability on the answers is to use the template. So that's pre-made questions that you can just fill the gaps in, and it will help the chatbot understand what you're asking, because otherwise the natural language understanding can sometimes mess up because it's not necessarily a very good AI, because that costs money and the website runs fully freely for everybody. So we're doing with what we have. So, for example, if I ask who pairs well with 8-bit, what are we gonna get? We're okay. Wait. I'm gonna change my mouse real quick. Yeah. Okay, this one's better. So we have Buster, Squeak and 8-bit are really strong with the wind-up gadget, the one that gives much more range, right? Charlie, Bo, Amber, Ems, Nasha, basically all the brawlers that across all maps of all game modes have a much higher win rate when paired with 8-bit. So for example, Buster all alone has a pretty average win rate, but when you pair it with 8-bit, it can go up to, for example, 65% win rate, which is really huge. And it also makes sense because Buster, with its shield, kind of counters the 8-bit because he has a lot of projectiles. So the shield is pretty good as a counter. So maybe people pick the two together to prevent the opponents from picking it. So yeah, you can ask about the synergies. You can ask to counter brawlers. So what counters 8-bit? We have Colt because it can do more damage than Iced. Buster again, that's what I was saying. Kaze once again because of the Iced shenanigans in which Kaze does a lot of damage to the safe very quickly. Bull once again because of Iced. Kenji, I don't really know why to be honest, but if it's a there, that means that it does perform well. Griff, who has a smaller advantage but across a much larger portion of games, so that's why he's up there, even if the advantage is lower. Tara, Baby, Sirius, yeah, Sirius with the clones, an 8-bit clone has a lot of HP. Colette, because of the HP once again. See, that gives an idea of how the meta works and what works well. You can also see your profile. You can ask it to give you the link to the BS draft link, so the page we've seen previously of a draft of your choice. You can check map info, brawler info, etc., etc. So yeah, that's still a work in progress, but that's a pretty cool feature which I hope I will be able to make better in the future to make it more relevant to the player base. We're gonna then move to draft rule. Not okay, no, I was gonna say that not a lot changed, but actually yes, a lot of things changed. Do you know about Poor League Prodigies or Metapix practice mode? Well, I have one too now. Basically, you can select the map as usual. You can select the difficulty of deep draft, which will give it an higher thinking time and difficulty in the quality of the picks that it returns. And if you have the practice mode toggle on, it will send you to a draft in which all the bands are already made, and sometimes some picks are even already made too. So the goal here is to provide training grounds on which I will pick deep draft for this one because we need a bit more speed to showcase how relevant this tool is. The goal is to give you a draft that is already going on, and you have to make the right decisions. For example, Pinball Dreams. Very good first pick at the moment is Griff, so I will try type Griffin. and it's literally the best pick. So yeah, um, I picked the Grave. It will answer with Surge and Max. Okay, that makes sense. The combo is really, really strong together. With the map opening up, I would potentially pick Meg, maybe. Meg. What else? What is good onto that? I don't want to give them the Meg anyway, so I will put that in already. So we have the Meg that is considered a great pick, so literally the third best pick according to the engine. And I will also go with the Star Nova because that's a very very broken board too that does well onto the max. And yeah, so I picked really relevant picks according to the engine, and thanks to this practice draft, I managed to improve my drafting capabilities on Pinball Dreams, for example. So yeah, one change here is that now you can go for a pre-filled draft, so where some picks are already pre-made, and you can also get your picks rated, kind of the Chess.com game review for the chess playing users of the website, and get some ratings, and pretty much the same thing here, the lane matchups and everything. So yeah, the draft rule is pretty good to help you practice draft against offline opponents. So different deep draft models. There's the deep draft plus, the NNUE. You can face any opponent you want, and that's pretty cool for training draft, in my opinion. We're gonna then move to Brawl Chatter to not think do not think it's the same thing update chat. It's something completely different. So Brawl Chatter was made recently. I think. I mean, recently is relative, but it was made for a programming contest that was organized by Ending Analytics. Shout out to him again. Where the goal was to make a Brawl Star themed web page um, that could help people have a good time, basically. The idea was to use the API, the official in-game API, as much as possible, and that's broad charter is what I came up with. Basically, that's kind of, I was going to say dating simulator, but not at all, basically. But it's the same idea. It's a kind of visual novel with no graphics, in which, based on how many trophies you have on the brawler, you can talk with the brawler, and based on whether they have dialogue or not, you can talk with it. Here, 8-bit doesn't have one, so it has its own template, which you can keep talking, and yeah. Um, there is the brawlers with green folder that do have dialogues, and basically that's some sort of small role play, I guess. You can ask her a question and she's gonna answer. You also can use your player tag and see your different in-game profile stats, so that's pretty cool too. If you like the idea and want to add dialogues to brawlers that came out recently, I would recommend joining the Discord server. I'm pretty, it's pretty active, and honestly, if you like a brawler and want to give it your own dialogues and even get credits, for example, a brawler that has dialogues made by the fan, I believe Draco, yeah, Sweet Figure Cyber made the dialogues for him. If you want to make dialogues for the roles of your choice, you should join the Discord server and contact me in DMs. Okay, so with Brawl Shutter out of the way, there's the stream page, which I'm gonna open on a new tab. The stream page is something very, very unique. Basically, okay, it's done charging. The stream page is a page for the streamers, as its name implies. The goal of this page is for streamers to be able to show drafts in their screen with a very cool UI, customizable tabs. For example, Deep Draft is cool ASF, And you can change the team names, the team icons, the position of the team icons. My screen is too small for this one, but this one is basically for the big screens. I had this specific position asked for by a streamer. You can change the map. You can translate it in a lot of languages, like whatever this is. I don't know how to talk Russian. You can change the background, and obviously you can enter the drafts. Um, if you find it relevant, you can open the current draft on Deep Draft, which will load the current draft and let you do whatever you want, basically. So that's pretty cool if you want to analyze the draft while you're streaming it to the people. I'm gonna close that. So yeah, that's a pretty original webpage that is meant for the streamers, and so I thought it was relevant to show it there, given that's a new thing compared to the video that I posted 5 months ago. On the tier list page, not much changed, so I'm gonna quickly go over it. You can still pick any map you want. You can still export the maps. You can export the brawler stats. Yeah, basically not much changed really. Then the database explorer here again, not a lot of things changed. It's pretty, yeah. Last time I went here is so ancient that we're still on 11.3 m here. That's like very very old. Yeah, 20.2 still has some database issue that I gotta fix, but like didn't keep here in a long time. The idea is the same. That's just that you can check here the engine scores compared to what the humans score with a brawler. So here Griff is only at 48% win rate. That's something that not a lot of people use, so I'm gonna go quickly over it. And I'm gonna end with the latest webpage that has been added literally 1 or 2 days ago, which is the tournaments webpage. So this one is really, really, really cool. It has been meant, it has been done, it has been, what am it has been made with Maturino addicts in mind, and the goal here is to make a website that will allow you to look through tournaments with a new aim that is even better than the Maturino website itself. Really, their API has a lot of potential, but sadly they don't use it most of the time. So here how it looks, right? So you can search a tournament by name. For example, if we type Challenger, it shows all the old challengers that took place uh, during the year, right? You can filter the tournaments to only show the featured ones, so the ones with a prize pool, or only the standard ones if you don't want prize pool for some reason. You can pick any region, and compared to Maturino, we also take into account the subregions that it doesn't mention, so South Asia and MENA. So if your server, if you're located in a very specific place in which the MENA servers are good for you, but not the EMEA ones, and yet Maturino mixes the two all together, well, you're better just using the filter to click on MENA and see all the MENA tournaments. So that's cool already. That's like you can see the description of the tournament. You can see the standings if there's any. You can open the page on Matcherino to see the real thing and like join the tournament. With that said, there's also something that is even cooler. So I'm gonna go to the completed tournaments to show it. Something with a lot of players that's completed. I'm gonna do that. We have the view bracket button that basically sends you to the bracket, right? There is pretty much everything you can want on that. You can look up any team of your choice and it will automatically send you to their latest played games. So if I type um, team 8 because I want to see 8, but it just moves down and it glows so you can see their latest played game. And when you click on them, you can see a lot of details that no other website shows. You can see the sets, right? So you can see the drafts, you can see the bands, you can see the picks, you can see who has the first pick, the draft order, right? You can see their player tag, which is nothing no one else does, so you can double click it, copy it, send it to Brawlify or Brawlace or any website with a profile lookup, or soon Deep Draft when it will have one. And you can see their profile, so that's super cool. You can see the stats, whether it's from the entire set. So here we can see that the Nash absolutely cooked the opponents. You can click to see the per game stats, which is something that no one else does. That's so very useful to analyze what went wrong in a set, right? What brawler did not perform as expected. You can see that across the maps, so there's literally every map in the game thanks to the Brawlify API. And if you want an extra deep draft help, well, on maps, on on games that are played on ranked maps, you can click this button, analyze this draft with deep draft, which, as you maybe can guess, will send you towards the actual draft. So you can see that here we would expect the team with the Sprout, Mina, and Rico to win because Colt is not really good on this map, and so is Spike. And you have everything that you can dream of. You can analyze the draft with many of our engine. If I go with an NUE and put it the Rico there, yeah, it really thinks that Red should have won that. Um, so yeah, you can see a lot of things here. You can do that on every single draft that has the blue dot, right? And the draft text. And you can open the bracket on Match Arena once again if you really want to join a tournament that hasn't started yet. So, in my opinion, that's a really, really cool website for people that don't want to go through the laggy and inconsistent Match Arena website. They just want to click that, see the featured one, see, oh yeah, there's a tournament in a few minutes with $43 prize pool. I definitively want to do that. They click, they open on Match Arena, the page load, they registers, and then they come back to this, they click the bracket thing, and yeah, they're ready to play. They're ready to follow the team. They're ready to know who they're gonna play against. Yeah, so that's something which I think is really relevant because I don't know if you've seen the latest Brawl Stars esports announcements. Oh my god, my accent is worsening by the minute. So I don't know if you've seen the latest Brawl esports announcements, but the monthly qualifiers and monthly finals are gonna get less and less relevant. There's not even monthly finals anymore. And so most of the ways to join esports now will be on Match Arena with the challengers. So given that, I think that having a web page that is linked to Deep Draft and helps people find tournaments easier is really cool to help people start esports. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go back to the menu for like the conclusion talk. I think that video is already very long and I hope it wasn't too annoying to hear me yap for 30 minutes. Um, the website has gotten a lot of changes like in the last 5 months. It even has its own domain name now, so it's deepdraft.fr, right? The deepdraft.com one is bought by Microsoft, so I'm not gonna get it anytime soon. And yeah, the website is still run freely. There is still zero usage quotas. It's still completely free, and the philosophy stays to help people learn draft and make ranked a more enjoyable experience. Still, even if it's free, if you really want to support the project, Deep Draft has a Buy Me a Coffee page. So we've already got some people donating and I really, really wouldn't mind getting some help to maintain the servers, the NNUE training, all those new features that people love and would like to see keep being developed, right? So yeah, that's the link will be in the description too. But don't hesitate to make it. Don't hesitate to promote the website on videos. That's something that really, really helps sharing the website with more people. And on that, I'm gonna wish everyone a great day, a great ranked season. Don't forget to ban Wendy on every single game. If she's banned, ban Nori, he's annoying as heck. And yeah, just use Deep Draft to win your drafts and have a great time.